Gone in 2021.
Wait.
It's a wild guess why, but we're running
binary codes.
binary codes here, guys, off the thing.
Get away from me.
Guys, we're right here at the cemetery, and this person was gone in 2023, and we're collecting binary codes. We have both of our phones on airplane mode, so it collects no binary codes at all. But when you get close to her grave, look, you had a number right there. Get close. Look, 2022, guys. Binary codes up the ass right there. There's information coming out of the graves, guys.
We're gonna run that back, Jake. Yeah, see, these people, they took that so-called screw juice. You see? And in that grave, they're still emitting alleged signals. This is what we talking about. Is we gonna go and let that play again.
In 2021.
Wait.
It's a wild guess why, but we're running binary codes here, guys, off the thing.
Get away from me.
Guys, we're right here at the cemetery, and this person was gone in 2023, and we're collecting binary codes. We have both of our phones on airplane mode, so it collects no binary codes at all. But when you get close to her grave, look, you had a number right there. Get close. Look, 2022, guys. Binary codes up the ass right there. There's information coming out of the graves, guys.
And remember, if you refuse to take it, they say a lot of us was put on a domestic T list, some type of secret list. Well, guess what? Most High willing, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah don't allow us to take none of this other bull crap that they got coming out. All right? So let me show you what's going on. So we're going to get some scriptures. We're going to get into this. Barakathai Hawa, Barakathai Hawa Shah, Barakathai Hawa, Barakathai Hawa Shah, Barakathai Hawa, Barakathai Hawa Shah. Call Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Bashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. I believe those are the prophets. Shalom and salutations to those that teach the likewise doctrine. Shalom to the Akim and the Aqua. Shalom to the scattered Israelites across the four corners of the planet. May the Most High and the Son be with you during these trying times. Now this man is doing all different type of stuff. And you think that when they was doing what they was doing to these people, that it weren't emitting all different type of signals in their body? You see that? Check this out. Genesis 3 verse 3. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. For Yahweh doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when a woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took up the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And this is not talking about them eating the Washington State red apple. This is talking about this knowledge and this technology. This is why when you look on an Apple phone, what do you see? Well, let me show you. This is what they're talking about. Dealing with this technology. See, Apple's developing brain implants to allow people to control devices using their thoughts. And I told you these phones have been reading people's minds. I did something on it last week, dealing with the same subject right here. But let me show you what they're doing now. And people are going to line up to do this. Trust me. My wife asked me yesterday, I'm due for an upgrade. You see that? Upgrade this, upgrade that. The last thing I want to see is her walking around our house letting her phone read her mind. But see, this is where we at now. This is why one of the scriptures say, I'm going to actually get it though. If you're a slave and you get a wife, your slave master get to keep your wife and your kids. You have to, purchase them from your slave master. See, this man is a lot of our people's slave master still in their mind. You see? And she actually asked me about the mark of the beast, because she was like, since I took the screw juice, am I not going to make it? I said, I don't know. You know, the believing husband covers the believing wife, but the unbelieving wife, forgive me for that, but you got to remember, ultimately, these are the mercies of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. That's ultimately up to him. You know? But if you take the MOTB, it don't look like it's going to be any luck. Well, not luck. You more likely ain't going to make it. But let me show you what they doing now. This technology is getting out of hand. They now got 10G. China's living in 2050, launches world's first 10G internet. Download movies in just 1 second. You see? Now, why are they setting all this up? With these low elliptical orbit satellites. Because, like we said, they're going to try to see-hip everybody. And they're going to be able to control your mind. Remember, Amazon came up with something that could read people's dreams. Did something on it last year. Now I'm going to show you why I'm bringing this up. This is the stuff that they're pushing. They now have AI raindrops. Now we knew they was doing this, but man, if the Most High don't come back soon, there ain't going to be no flesh left. Nanoparticulate rain. And this is where we at now. So we're going to play this. We're going to get some scriptures. I'm going to show you this last clip that you have to see. Yeah, AI raindrops. Now you get all this aluminum, this graphene, and this oxide on you. What is going to happen with this 10G and this 5G and all that? What do you think going to happen? If you don't have Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, you're going to be in trouble. All right? Let's go and let this play.
Extremely alkaline. It should not be alkaline based on what the EPA says on their website, based on a lot of scientific data that came, and all the things that happened back in the 80s with this acid rain. You know that the acid pH should be acidic, should be in the range of 5, it should be above 5 for regular pristine rainfall. But what we're seeing is sometimes the pH of the rainfall is above 8, and that's the pH of seawater. So that's not possible unless there's something else being put into the atmosphere that is driving the pH way up, way higher than it should be. So we continue to test, and we're finding that there is a lot of metals that are not supposed to be in the rainfall, and it just shows that yes, they are spraying materials in the atmosphere. It's a lot of potassium, a lot of calcium, a lot of magnesium.
surfactants, yes, exactly the effect that you described, keeping the coagulation from occurring in the dispersions. We see surfactants in some of the material.
You see that? Let's keep going. Matthew 24 verse 22, and except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You see that? They now messing with the insects. Now, nobody like roaches. We already know how smart roaches are. They ain't like ants or other insects. Roaches are smart. And a lot of people know roaches actually clean themselves. Yeah, look it up. Google it. A nasty ass roach actually cleans itself. But they smart. So look at what they doing with them. Mind controlled. Roaches are real. Scientists use UV helmet to wirelessly command cockroach cyborgs and chilling new experiment. And we telling you they're gonna put this thing in your right hand or your forehead. And here it is, they're starting to insert these MOTBs in these animals. Now they're messing with the bugs. So they already don't like you, Jakes. What do you think they're gonna do with you, Jakes? Because they look at you as roaches. Okay? What the lady said that started up Planned Parenthood? You guys are like weeds and roaches. You see? I can't think of a name right now. Somebody could put it on the bottom if they want. Check this out. In Pioneer Leap for Biorobotics, researchers at Osaka University has developed a groundbreaking method to control insect cyborgs using non-invasive ultralight, marking a significant advancement in the fusion of biology and technology. Researchers at Osaka have developed a method to control insect cyborgs. You see? So they made a little helmet to put on top of a roach with a backpack. The system involves a lightweight UV emitting helmet and a wireless sensor backpack guiding cockroaches with precision. Listen to this. This innovation opens up applications in search and rescue, environmental surveillance, and monitoring sensitive areas. Now, how many of you have seen like weird bugs just flying around for no reason, and you like trying to get the bug away from you, and they got these weird insects allegedly, they got cameras on them now, whether they real or fake. You see? This is where we at now. This is why we gonna need Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, because if this man didn't stop, he's gonna turn the world into Cybertron with only a few people alive. Yeah, he's gonna turn this place into Cybertron. You see? They say this method of control is remarkably effective, with tests showing that 94% of modified insects can navigate complex mazes successfully compared to only 24% of their unmodified counterparts. What set this system apart is its ability to preserve the health and natural behavior of the cockroaches. This is crazy and quite disgusting. But this is what these people are doing now. You see? So yeah, we're going to get a few scriptures. We're going to leave it there. But at the rate things are going, they're going to try to see everything. They even trying to control the damn insects. This man wanted to be like the Most High. You see? Job 20 verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite before a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reacheth unto the clouds. Yeah, because this man, he's trying to push that he is God. He feels as though he's a God and he's unstoppable. You see? Yet he shall perish forever, like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Yeah, because it ain't going to really be none of them left. You see? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. See, by the time the Most High is done with this man, this is just going to seem like a bad dream. All right? And actually, people have NDEs or near-death experiences. They say this world seemed like, this reality seemed like it's a dream and it's not a real reality. They say when they cross over, that feel like the real reality. You see? And that also proves that there is no hell. Because when these people had these near-death experiences, what they describe is actually in the scriptures. There's nowhere in the scriptures where it says a man who wear black thongs with black billy goat horns, and he's like deep red with a spike on his tail, and he got a trident as a pitchfork, and he's down in hell. That ain't described nowhere in the Bible. So why would the Bible describe the Most High, his son, the prophets, the angels? It describes how everyone look, but it don't describe Satan. Doesn't make any sense, because he's not in control. He works for the Most High. You see? Job 20 verse 9, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. And yeah, the Most High gonna put this man in the dust. Alright? Stay prayed up, Jake. I see you again real soon. I'm gonna play that clip one more time with them people admitting RF signals, even though they already in the grave and they're still admitting RF signals, allegedly. Play that clip one more time. Stay prayed up. Call Allah, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Shalom. Play this one more time.
Gone in 2021.
Wait.
It's a wild guess why, but we're running
binary codes.
binary codes here, guys, off the thing.
Get away from me.
Guys, we're right here at the cemetery, and this person was gone in 2023, and we're collecting binary codes. We have both of our phones on airplane mode, so it collects no binary codes at all. But when you get close to her grave, look, you had a number right there. Get close. 2022, guys. Binary codes up the ass right there. There's information coming out of the graves, guys.
Shalom, Jake.